Welcome into episode 11 of the Ultimate Die League podcast. I'm your commissioner, Troy Costa, here with our co-founder of UDL, Shmerda. Shmerda's joining us virtually from our Boston office this evening.
Flexing on the TV screen, y'all see me, yeah.
And our
if you're at home listening, you can't.
Our special guest this evening, we have rookie sensation, Cam Green.
Yes,
Cam,
sir.
how we doing?
Yes, sir. How we doing, everybody?
Welcome to the show.
Cam Green, Cam is good.
Cam, is it Cam is good or Cam is great?
It's Cam is good. Put it on a shirt.
Where did that
on a shirt?
Where did that come from?
I think it came from the backyard. Kearney just been saying some random stuff, and then I think that just caught fire after Tourney won.
Why good though? Good's not even like great.
I don't know. I don't know why.
Cam
I
is
thought
great.
It was good.
Cam, and his slogan is "Let's be great." So you'd think Cam is great, but Cam is good.
That's what I thought. But got a new saying with Kearney. It's "Get me to 4, I'll get you to 7."
I like that. I like that because they always say it's tough to get 7.
It's tough to get 7.
It's a good point. And I showed them that. I showed them that this past Tourney.
Yes,
Come on,
sir.
now. We'll get there later. We'll get there. But huge Tourney 5 just took place last weekend, 2 weekends ago. We saw Noah Mazzilli picking up his first UDL championship alongside his season 4 partner Rocco, grabbing his second.
Amazing.
Crazy.
That's your boys. How you feel? How you feel?
Yeah, for him. I would have liked to make it there, get to that spot, but I'm happy to see Rocco and Zill take that one.
They've been grinding. They've been grinding.
The backyard game.
They deserve it, man.
I picked up, as the guys at the Tourney know, I picked up my buddy Rookie Denal, who I saw balling out a couple tourneys before we linked up. Him and Mark were playing well together. Mark couldn't make it. Jay couldn't make it. Me and Denal, we made some magic.
Took care of business.
We played 7 games, won 5 of them, made our way to the finals. Couldn't do it against that tough team.
It happens. You make it that far. After 7 games, too, they cruise through the winners bracket. It's tough to play 7 games and win.
It was one.
I mean,
Go ahead, Spider.
honestly, bro, you and Denal were balling out, and you won a lot of games you weren't supposed to win. So I still feel like you guys did something that a lot of people didn't expect y'all to do. And when you were watching the games, you still didn't expect you to win those games. You guys pulled a lot of shit out of the rabbit hat, the magic hat. You was pulling rabbits out of hats. You know what I'm saying? You guys are doing some magical things. So I wouldn't even dwell on not winning because you guys never played together and made it to a finals, which is crazy. So
we had no right winning some of those games we won.
Took care of business.
Yeah,
down 4-0 to Jay Rich and Brandon in that final 3 game. I thought we were done.
They play with each other all the time. I mean, they've never played with each other in a UDL tournament, but they play with each other in the backyard all the time. You just met Denal this year, and you guys went to the finals. That's crazy. So
shout out Denal, for real. Shout out Denal. He balled.
Shout out Denal, bro.
He balled.
He was making crazy plays.
Crazy. I love the way he takes off on both feet and just launches his body backwards.
I was like, yo, what? This man is like doing 360s, catching die. I'm like, yo, what is going on?
He needs to wear a Michael Jordan jersey or a Kobe jersey next 30, all of them fadeaways.
We were grinding, just down in games. You ever get that mentality in your head when you start to try to tell yourself that it's all right if you lose? Like, it's hard to explain. Like, I was down 4-0 to Javich and Brandon, and I'm like, you know what? That's fine. We went final 3. That's good. You know what? We're about to lose right here, but not a big deal because we weren't even supposed to be. Like, I started giving myself reasons why it's okay to lose, which is ridiculous. But the game's never over. But I get that feeling in my head sometimes, and I feel like other guys must.
Nah, I definitely have had that moment where I'm like, dude, we were down. I think it was 6-3 early in the Tourney 3 or Tourney 2. Me and Brandon, and we ended up coming back and winning. We finished 3rd that tourney.
Yeah.
Beat you guys,
Yep.
and we lost to JT and Kev again. But I remember sitting there, I'm like, damn, top 4 finish, that's cool. I'm cool with that. My first year in, And then after we won, I'm like, nah, I want it all. I want it all.
Yep.
Why would I even think like that?
Yep. Yeah, it's because you trick your brain into thinking that you're all right with the loss, just so when you do lose, inevitably, when you do like 90% of the time when you're in a situation like that, you're like, whatever. Like, I already told myself it was fine.
Look at these two winners here just talking about how they win. Let me tell you guys something from a perspective of a loser. I'm a loser, okay? Like, not in life, but at UDL, I lose. And I never ever felt complacent during a tourney because, like, I always feel like I got that chip on my shoulder. Everyone thinks Schmerter don't win. Like I always feel like I could play Langa, I could play Troy Marani, I could play Scott and Drew. It doesn't matter who I'm playing. I don't care who I'm playing. They're not supposed to beat me because I feel like everyone thinks they can beat me. So I before I get on the table, I don't care how many games I've won, lost. I just know the person across from the table is happy they're playing me, and I got to prove to him you don't want to play me. So that's. But, like, look at you guys. You guys get so many wins that it's just cool. Y'all have fun at a tourney. I never have fun until I lose.
That's a cat. You're calling.
I never have fun during the games, man. I only have fun when I lose and I get to record and I'm not a part of it no more and I'm recording. That's when I have fun. But during, like, when I'm still in the brackets and shit, I'm fucking, like, my eyes are wired, bro, and I want to fight you. Like, I do not want to lose. Like, I hate losing. Every time I lose, like, I take my jersey off and, yeah.
You calling yourself a loser, but I ain't seen you lose too much with your partner.
Facts.
Hey,
Facts.
It doesn't matter. Mahoney's a winner, okay? Mahoney's a winner. Shout out Mahoney. Y'all going to see him very soon. He's not an all-star, so, you know, we're going to touch on the all-star stuff later. But, yeah, shout out Mahoney, and I'm just saying, you guys win so much. It's just easy to y'all now. You're like, yeah, I mean, even if I lose, I still get playoff points, and you know, like that's what I'm saying. Like you still got something good that happens.
I hear you.
When I lose, I didn't get no playoff points yet this season. So when I lose, it's like, damn, bro, I ain't getting shit. Like
you've been around them. You've been around those points quite a bit, though.
Yeah.
You've been around them.
You know, shout out to all the winners at home that you know you guys just have such a different outlook on the tourney because you know you're still accumulating points, right, towards a playoff position. And no matter if, you know, you and Denal won the tourney, Troy, or Cam, you and Brandon have playoff points, Troy, you and Denal have playoff points, and that's not going nowhere. So like you said, even though you lost, you still gained, you know, playoff points, which is dope.
And that's the big thing about playoffs is even, especially with Lang and Javrich kind of running away with that top spot and the standings being so top heavy, it kind of opens up every other spot. It's not like it has evened out now because now we've had, 5 winners in 6 tourneys? No, 4 winners in 5 tourneys?
Yeah, 4 winners in 5 tourneys.
Which is crazy. But still, they've been in the finals, 4 of them, so their points are, they're pretty much locked for the 1 seed already, unless a team wins out, I guess.
But even then, they still get the 2.
Yeah, right. So like there's spots that are already locking in, but not many. So I feel like that opens up almost every other spot. Like you and Brandon, who aren't even playing with each other anymore, are still kind of sitting there at a playoff spot.
10 or 11 now. After
there's
you and Denal placed, and then
me and Denal.
Zill.
Yep. But now there's guys like JT and Zill who had playoff points that now that those points get trumped by Zill and Rocco's 16 that they have now.
Yeah.
Right.
So the playoffs is wide open.
You got to think about the fact that there's also teams like you said. You just hit it right on the nail with that Zill JT and then Zill and Rocco. So a team like Troy and Denal, if Troy goes ahead and goes win the tourney next weekend with Marani, Troy and Denal's gone. No matter how many points they scored, Troy got it going with his regular teammate. Same thing with you, Cam. No matter how many points you and Brandon have, you and Jay fuck around and start going on a roll. That opens up another spot for someone to creep in on the bottom. A lot of people might think, oh well, you know, there's not a way for me to get in the playoffs right now because I don't have any points. But all you need to do is grind these last couple tourneys in place, and as long as you are in the high teens, I feel like you'll probably end up cracking the playoffs. You just got to be near the 20s, right? Fair to say, Troy, you got to be.
Yeah, that's a good transition into spitting out the playoff picture right now.
Yeah.
So obviously, Lang and Jayrich are the 1 seed with 50 points. They have 2 finals for 15 and 2 finals wins for 15 each and 2 finals appearances. So they have 50 points total. The 2 seed is still held down by Torres and Kevin with 18. Yep. They have 18 playoff points. So that's such a big difference between 1 and 2.
Wide
it's
open.
Insane.
Wide open.
50 to 18. And from 18 to the 13 seed, it's like a 15-point difference, which is 1 tourney win. So it is that wide open to get into the playoffs, and not only the playoffs, to get into a high seed.
Yeah.
But yeah, JT and Kevin 2, Rocco and Zill after their win put them into the 3 seed. They have 16 now. Joe and Pat have 16 points as well.
Colin and Nick.
Nick and Colin are right there at the 5 seed with 15. Who's to see what's going to happen with them? We all know they moved home, so they're kind of they live an hour and a half away from Tourney's now, so we don't even know if they're involved.
You see the numbers they're saying too, 15,
right?
16. Yeah, like I said, if you can get in the teens, and once you get to those high teens, you're gonna creep in those 7th, 8th seed spots. No one that doesn't have a point is out of it.
Right.
If you win 1 tourney, you are automatically
you're the 5 seed right now.
Yeah, you're a 5 seed if you win the next tourney. So you and look at Joe and Pat and Rocco and Mazzilli back to back.
Went from out of the playoff picture to
boom.
top 4 seed.
So if you're back home and you're sitting here, you're listening to this podcast, you're like, man, I just listened to Schmerdy say he's losing all the time. I'm not saying it as in I'm never going to win. I'm saying it as I'm keeping my head focused. I'm very focused on getting a win this season because I know that's all it takes is 1 win, and you're already you're in the picture. And once you get that 1 win, you kind of get confidence too. So you're probably going to end up placing 4th or 3rd or something after that win as well. You're going to keep it rolling. So I feel like a lot of teams still have a chance, man. And if you're out there and you think, you're on the you're on the outside looking in, get some reps in this week, and you'll probably make a great run in this next tourney, man.
You got time this week to get some runs in too.
Absolutely. We got another week off, and then those non-all-stars, if maybe you haven't been proving it this year, and that's why you're not an all-star and not in the playoff contention, time to get some extra work in and come out firing these last 3 tourneys.
We play.
You got something to prove now.
We play in the backyard.
How about we ask Cam, right? We should ask Cam how he feels now being a part of UDL, right, Cam? So you, I don't know how you got, I guess, exposed to the league. So first, can you tell us, how you found out about UDL, and then tell us, how it feels to be a part of UDL and to be like, a Rookie of the Year candidate and all that stuff.
I love it. Let me hold up before you get there. Let me slide. I know people are hanging because I didn't finish that playoffs. Let me finish that 6, 7, 8 seed real quick.
Yeah, do that.
6 seed, Troy and Denal, 10 points after that finals run. 7 seed, Zill and JT, which doesn't really count anymore because that 10 points is gone. So we'll cross out them. The new 7 seed will be Fennell and Roach with 9 points.
Shout out Fennell and Roach, man. Let's go, boys.
And that's a team that hasn't even made a finals appearance yet. And that's a team that's consistently put together runs,
they get to
final 3, final 4, final 5.
Yeah.
And then D Hall and Kearney are the 8 seed right now.
D Hall's been asking for his recognition. I hope you're listening, my boy. Shout out D Hall, Derek Hall, and Kearney, man. You guys are doing great things. D Hall is he's won championships, he's won all-stars, he's won playoffs. He's a player that's gonna get it done, right? So and he gets dirty, like he all effort. Kearney, perfect partner to have. Second season in the UDL. That team's dangerous. They're the 8 seed, but they're not gonna stay there. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. But we got a 9 seed that's right on the tails, Cam and Brandon. That 5 points that you guys have, that's not going anywhere.
Nah.
I know I know you and Jay are gonna give it a couple more goes, but come tourney 8, maybe tourney 7, it might be time to look back at Brandon and that 5 points and see if you can build off that.
So I do got some news about me and Jay.
Wow. Okay.
He is missing one more tourney. He's got a wedding to go to.
Oh.
So I guess it answers itself.
I gotta shoot Brandon a text. I gotta talk to him. Make sure he's not playing with nobody else. See if we get some more playoff points. And me and Jay have had the conversation. He understands that if, say, me and Brandon make a finals run and we get up to that 15, he understands that I'm trying to make a run at the playoffs.
Right.
I'm trying to win something.
As you should.
I'm trying to get through that and win something. Let it be known. Trying to put my name on the map.
I love it. I think your name, I think we can dive back into what Schmurda was saying because I think your name is absolutely already on the map. I don't think we've ever, honestly, I don't think we've ever had a player that hadn't played a single game in UDL with more hype behind their name before they even step foot on the UDL field. It's like Dice K coming over from Japan in 07 before
LeBron in high school. Chosen one. Cam's the chosen one.
The hype behind Cam, it had people that don't know you, like guys that like UDL vets that listen to every podcast texting us like, yo, like what's up with this Cam dude? Like I'm excited to see this Cam dude. Like
I'm hoping I lived up to the name.
And bro, even I was like, all right, like a lot of everyone's spitting rookie of the year Cam, and I played with you a few times in the backyard, so I know that's legit. But I was like, let's see how he does. And dude, you haven't disappointed. Like you came out firing with multiple partners. One of the most explosive personalities we have in the league now already.
Try to be. You gotta be. You know.
How do you, like Shmurda said, where'd you find us, and how do you feel being a part of it?
So I actually goes back to Rocco, as everybody in the UDL knows him. I met him as Robbie in Hampton like 3 years ago. My cousin Noah, he filled in for Rocco for one.
That's your cousin.
That's my cousin. Yeah, tall, lanky, blonde kid Noah.
That's
my cousin.
They went final 3 in that tourney.
Oh shit, yeah.
Rocco and Noah, yeah.
So Noah was actually before this season was gonna be my partner, but he plays travel softball, so that fell through, whatever. But I met Rocco 3 years ago through Noah. We played Snappa in Hampton for like one entire day, and Robbie was like, "Yo, let me show you this Instagram page. I'm playing in it right now, or no, I'm playing in it, or whenever you guys."
This is years ago. This is like 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So I think you guys were on season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Rocco was joining season 3.
Yeah, and he made one season 2 appearance.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it was.
So he was like, "Yo, let me show you this page." And I was like, "All right." I started coaching baseball, so fell out of like playing die all the time. And then I started playing die in Rocco's backyard, and Rocco was like, "You got to play. You have to."
Yeah.
So I was like, "All right." So then thought I had Noah as a partner. Didn't. That fell through. And then Jay's actually one of my high school best friends and college roommate at BSU.
Fire, bro.
Yeah. So we were like, yeah. He was like, "I'm in. Count me in." I was like, "All right, word." And then that's history. I'm trying to make a name. Well, I obviously got the name, but trying to take a chip.
There's no more trying to make a name, Cam, because you overachieved. First Tourney out here making sliding knee FIFA grabs. Like, dude, like you were all over the highlights. You remember that first? You were a voice in the backyard. Everyone heard about you before the tourney. You came to the tourney. First tourney showed out. There's nothing else that needs to be said about Cam Green. I think you already overachieved. In my eyes, I didn't see a rookie coming into our league like this. And the way you came in this season makes me very scared of all the other rookies that have yet to come play in UDL. I know there's more people out there like Cam Green. You know what I'm saying? So you really opened my eyes and made me realize that, man, like we call these guys rookies, but they play die at home. They just never played in UDL. So you can be a rookie all you want. That's like a little name tag you have on your back. But we all know you're a professional die player. You're just not a UDL pro. You know what I'm
telling you, dude, these dudes are going to keep coming over from Japan. They're just going to keep...
yeah, so they're coming from overseas.
They're just going to keep coming from overseas. Dice K over here.
Yeah. Facts. Hey, letting it be known, though. If anybody from Brockton is in this podcast, I'm the best die player in Brockton. Put that on the map. Anybody else wants it, they can get it.
And probably the only professional die player in Brockton. Because, we're the only pro league out there, UDL.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Absolutely. Cam Green is the best die player out of Brockton. Brockton's on his back. Because I don't even know Brockton for die. We know Abington. We know Rockton.
Exactly.
Right? We know Dedham. Right? We know Quincy. We know Braintree.
Absolutely. Brockton. Cam Green.
Brockton's Cam Green.
King of Brockton.
Yes, Brockton on the die map. If there was a map for die and Brockton was on that map, the capital of Brockton would be Cam Green. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have any hesitations joining the league? And if you did, were they quickly put aside as you got into the groove?
Yeah, so I think being the new guy into the league and then obviously playing with a couple of you guys in Rocco's backyard, you guys see what I can do. And then for people to be name dropping, it's like, damn. Like now I got to show out. But then after, I think the first toss in Tourney won in the rookie gauntlet that we had because we had an extra team.
Yep.
After me and Jay won 7-2, I was like, oh, we good. I was like, I'm good.
And that was cute. That was nice to have for you guys, the rookies. Honestly,
that was good. That actually got you guys loose before the tourney
into the league.
Like it showed who was really going to make some damage. Like if you got through that gauntlet without a loss, it's like, all right, they're legit. Like that team's legit. They're ready.
Look at the 3 teams that made it through: Cam and Jay, Joe and Pat, Bigar and Umby.
Facts.
3 strong rookie teams that are always around in late tourneys.
Yeah.
So that's a good point.
Strong rookie.
Leave it on the field. And like I said, Cam, bro, you overachieved, and I don't think anybody's out here wondering who Cam Green is anymore. So.
We've had some strong rookie classes in the past. Obviously, even season 2, we had Jay Rich coming on the scene. We had Ty. We had Bert, who's since retired, but Bert was one of our strong players back in the day.
Nasty.
And then season 3 even trumps that, obviously, with Rocco and D-Hall and Colin and Nick and Mark and Reno. And like, there's a long list of solid sophomores now. And Kearney, obviously.
That's a tough.
That's a lot. And now we have guys like you and Roach and Bigar, Umby, Joe, Pat, Denal, Mark.
It goes forever.
It goes on forever.
Shout out my man Roach, though. Shout out my man Roach.
Yeah.
That man goes crazy. That toss, wild.
Sean Roach with the Kareem shot.
Excuse me. I don't like that word, but crazy. Yeah, crazy toss.
Yeah, Sean Roach has been balling out. A lot of rookies have been balling out.
Yeah.
Umby and Bigar. Every tourney, they show me something that I didn't think they had.
Oh, yeah.
Like that game you had against Bigar and Umby, when Umby, it seemed like he was like a little pest around you. Like you would try to set a line and he was just around you, or it would hit off your body. He would catch it off your body. It would like get stuck almost in your shorts and he would somehow come out with a die. Like no matter what happened, he had that die around you.
He was like Mr. Fantastic, dude, reaching around me. I was like, dude. This kid's got like extendo arms. I was like, what's going on?
That was wild.
That team's scary, man, because they have great FIFAs, they have great hands, and they're on the table. So very fundamentally
they don't miss
sound
table
team.
much.
Yeah, their fundamentals are amazing. Like they can make every die play, and when a team doesn't make mistakes, they usually win. When you lose a game, it's because you made a couple mistakes. You had a couple same sides. You gave up a couple FIFAs. And shit like that, and I don't think Bigar and Umby do that a lot. So that's why they're a solid team because it's
fundamental,
they're tight.
Very fundamental.
Bro, they don't fuck up a lot.
You see the way both of them toss it; they immediately take 2 steps in, set their feet right at the line, cover their dick. Like everything is just fundamental. Like they know exactly where to be.
That's what I'm saying.
They know where the dice is going to be. They know what to do at what time. They know when to swipe the dice off the table. Like they're just.
Yeah, they're not telling each other run up, like get up
right.
there, get up
they
there.
know. They're both just there.
I feel like this is a good transition in the, let's talk about All-Stars, man. Let's talk about the All-Star teams. Let's spit it out and let's give everyone at home a rundown of what's going to go down.
Absolutely.
During All-Star weekend.
I've been waiting to hear what we're doing with the skills.
All-Star voting went well. We had over 50 current players in the league. We've had over 75 players play, but luckily we got 50, and a lot of them played once and moved on. But we had 50 of them send their ballot in, so we got a pretty good consensus of who everyone thinks are the top 16 players. And for the first time ever, we had 16 guys that are all participating in the All-Star game that got voted in. Not one alternate got in, and last year we had maybe like 6 alternates come in, like maybe 7. Like we had a lot.
The commitment,
and it's real now. Like the skills challenge, the getting drafted. I feel like people don't want to miss it anymore. It used to be looked at as a tourney that doesn't count. So we were like, how do we fix that? How do we make it go from a tourney that doesn't count, which it essentially doesn't, but how do we make it fun? How do we make people care?
Boom.
Yeah.
How do we make it fun? Because I feel like the All-Star tourney last year was great. Thank you for everyone who showed up, but I feel like it was missing something. And I feel like this year, everyone who attends this All-Star tourney and was at the last All-Star tourney is gonna see how much thought we put into this process, and they're gonna feel, they're gonna have more butterflies. You're gonna be more excited during this All-Star because we have all these skill challenges. You got drafted to a team. and there's more camaraderie. Can someone help me with that word?
Camaraderie.
Yeah, man. I feel like there's more of like a family-oriented vibe. Last All-Star Tourney, it was more individual.
Mm-hmm.
You saw who your partner was. You probably hit your partner up like, yo, we're gonna win this. It's Team Zill now, baby. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's Team Zill now, baby. You know
Team J Rich. Come on, what you talking about?
Look how we're arguing with each other over teams, but last year we wouldn't have.
Exactly.
Bro.
It's perfect.
So that's like it's fire, bro.
And having 4 of them, I feel like is awesome because there's just smaller teams. Everyone feels so like there's only a small squad that's on Team Lang, Team J Rich, Team Zill, Team Rocco.
Yeah, you're right. It's much better than 2 teams. Like that was our first idea, right? 2 captains like the NBA.
Yeah, I feel like 4 works a lot.
Way better. It makes it more like, you know, personal for sure.
I'll start with the team that's not represented with by us today, which is Team Lang. So let me highlight Team Lang real quick. Then I'll pass it off to you guys to break down your teams. Honestly, Team Lang is he had the first pick of the draft. He went with Justin Torres. He followed that up he had 2 picks in a row to finish out his draft, and he grabbed Kearney and he grabbed Fennell. That's a strong 4.
That is a very strong 4.
Kearney's going to participate in his Rising Stars, so he's the captain of the Rising Stars team with Johnny Hass, Liam Madden, and Mike Coughlin.
The vibe squad, right?
That's a vibe squad. That's what Lango was calling it. I love it because that team can drink, and you guys bring your stomach. Get ready to drink at this skills challenge because it's going to be some dive related activities. It's going to be a lot of drinking related activities. So be prepared to drink. Be prepared to be a little bit athletic. That's all I'll say for now. But get ready to drink at the All-Star Skills Challenge for sure. So Team Lang already looks.
We're not giving out the skills challenge, the challenges themselves. We're not doing that. You want to keep that a surprise?
Yeah, I think.
All right. So, like Troy said, be ready to drink because it's not just going to be, you know, drink when you get scored on. We're going to have games that are oriented around drinking, like Troy said. So it's not just showing up to a tourney. It's not a regular tourney. Do not come to All-Star speaking. It's a regular tourney.
Bring a few extra beers. Bring a few extras.
Be ready to get
There's going to be so many surprises that your mind is going to be racing during this time. And you're going to be drinking a lot. And it's going to be a vibe. So please be ready to have fun. Think of it as like it's a weekend with the boys and we're just boom. You know what I'm saying? Go into it like that.
We're gonna have a UDL on-field commentator, Puck Colin Sheehan. He's gonna be hosting the event. He'll be on the mic, going around to players before and after games, maybe even during skills challenge events, and just grabbing some shit that some of the boys got to say. So that'll be fun.
You need Puck.
Need Puck in there. Puck's electric. Puck is vibes, and just hand him the mic, and content will create itself. Honestly,
it's gonna be a bad day to be a beer.
Bad day to be a beer.
Bad day to be
Absolutely.
a beer.
You know what? Let me go over Team Zill, man.
Shout them out.
Take Team Zill. So Team Zill, you got Mazzilli, right? This dude just got his first UDL championship. He's on, you know, he's so high up in the sky right now. He's on a pedestal. That man's on cloud 9. He feels so great about himself, right? So I just love to be a part of his team. And, you know, Zilly, with his first pick, he grabbed JT Bain. That's a man who he went to a finals with, all right? His second finals appearance in his UDL career was with JT Bain. Grabs him first pick. Then he grabs Roach. And we all know how good Roach is. We just went over how Roach and Fennell are what? They're the 8th, 7th seed?
That JT pick, though, before you, as great as Roach is, let me highlight that JT pick real quick because he said I wanted him at first pick and I wanted him he had the last pick of the first round and he still got his guy. He would have grabbed him if he had the first overall pick. He was pumped to get JT.
I mean, every single captain had different first round picks. It didn't matter what order it was in, to be honest. I'm pretty sure everyone got their first round pick. Like you said, Troy, he wanted JT. And I'm pretty sure Langa had his eyes set on the other JT. You know, everyone had their eyes set on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Rocco had his eyes set on Cam. You know what I mean? And we all know David had his eyes set on D-Hall and for for, we all know the reasons why. These are the people they're most comfortable with, and these are the people that they see with their own eyes. It's the eye test. A lot of people, when it goes to this draft, and we're not drafting off stats, right? We're drafting off, who we know is a good die player and who we want a part of our team. And I feel like that's why he picked JT, and that's why he picked Roach, because those are two people where, when you go to a backyard and you watch die, you see them playing and like, yo, those dudes are special, right? They do certain things that like JT's a big guy, but he moves like he's a point guard. You got Roach over here, he's hook shotting, and then diving on the ground and snagging die with the grass. You know what I'm saying? And then he rounded out his draft with the man himself.
Yes, sir.
I was the last pick in the draft, and I
prove
know
him wrong.
I know I'm the last pick because it was a lot of great players on that panel, and I'll go ahead and give it to them. That all those players are having a way better season than me, and they all deserve to be picked over me. Yo, y'all gonna see. I'm teamed up with JT, and y'all gonna see what me and JT could do on the table. But all I'm gonna say is, with his rookies, he grabbed great rookies. You got Denal, you got Brandon, and you got Reno. Those are all guys who are nasty at die, who play die, who know what die is all about. They know the rules. They love it. They live it. So I feel like Team Zoe is a team that just lives die. Everyone on this team lives die. There's no fake die players on that team.
I like
and
Team
I feel
Zoe.
like, it's a lot of effort with that team. That's what I'd give that. That team has fire.
Smart. You might have been the last pick, but you know what it goes in the stats as? All-star.
That's right.
Don't say last pick. It just says
Hey,
all-star.
All-star.
No one's gonna remember where I was picked 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying?
They're just gonna see that all-star accolade on your
Yes, sir.
on your
Yes,
profile
sir.
page.
Hey, was it 3?
3 times.
Hey
Come
man,
on now.
hey man, say man. I don't vote. Hey, I'm not the only vote. So all y'all people back home that like to say whatever you like to say, and you know who I'm talking to. I ain't gotta say your name, brother. But I hope I see you on that damn table, though. That's for sure.
I don't even know who he's talking
I don't know
about.
who he's talking about either,
Yeah, I love it.
JT Torres. I hope I see you on the table, boy. Yeah.
What? He don't think you're deserving?
You don't think I'm not the hell?
All right.
Is this on Instagram Live?
Show him.
No, we ain't on Instagram now.
Nah.
I was gonna say he's probably in the comments right now saying, "Yeah, Smarter, that's right." Yeah.
Cam, how you like Team Rocco?
Dude, I'm loving Team Rocco. We got obviously captain Rocco. Kid's feet are unstoppable.
Nasty feet.
Gets dirty.
Automatic.
Shots there every time. You don't got to worry about him missing table. He's matched up with Beretti. Beretti is on fire lately.
Yeah, he's having a good year.
And I got a killer on my side with Kev.
Mm-hmm.
Shooter. Guy's a shooter. And then me, I'm all hands team. I'm there. And then our rising stars, obviously me. We got Joe. He's a champ. We got Bigar. And we got J-Lar.
Squad.
So it's a squad.
That
That rising stars.
Yeah.
Gross. That rising star.
That rising star. Yeah. You can't go wrong with who you end up getting partnered up with in Rising Stars.
Oh yeah.
Joe, J-Lar, or Bigar.
I'm amped to play with any of them.
That's 3 guys that are feeding you fiefs all turning.
And you guys see it in the videos.
That's what you do.
FIFA catches.
A FIFA catch guy like me and you need a FIFA guy kicking us.
That's why I got
dice.
Jay and Brandon.
Exactly.
Jay and Brandon.
2 FIFA guys.
I tell them before every game, kick it high enough and I'll get to it. Just kick it high enough.
Right.
No, that's a fact. That's a big thing going into All-Star, and I feel like everyone back home that didn't watch the All-Star draft, just let you guys know, the captains did not pick who their partners were. It was the opposing captains who were picking the partners for their teams. So they were strategically not trying to pair up a kicker and a catcher. They wanted to have 2 kickers on a team. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to the rookies and you look at that, every single rookie can FIFA in your Cam,
right.
You're sitting back like, you know what I mean? You can't give me a bad partner. Whatever partner I was going to get, or whatever partner I do get is going to be able to kick that die to me regardless. And I feel like that is so important because when you have these players, you want them to complement each other. You want the kicker to be with a catcher. You don't want 2 kickers because then you're wasting a kicker. You know what I mean? So.
You talk about players complementing each other. That leads in perfectly to Team J Rich. Let me tell you about Team J Rich. He came out in the first round and grabbed his all-star champion partner from last season, a no-brainer pick. He didn't know that he wasn't going to get to play with him, but he snagged D-Hall anyways because, of course, they have the proven track record in the all-star tourney. Comes back around in the next round and snags your boy.
Commish.
I was gassed to see my stuff still there because I knew that meant, because I knew the twist that was coming. So I'm like, oh, that means I'm with either. That means I'm probably with D-Hall. Honestly, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, that means I'm with D-Hall, and I was excited for that.
Yeah.
Then we grabbed UDL champion Pat Mahoney with our last pick. Crazy that he was there too. He'll headline our Rising Stars team that has Andrew Umby, who we talked about earlier, has been balling. Kevin Mood, who's having his breakout season. And Tim Durgan, who we haven't seen too much of, but every time we see him, he's all vibes and all hands team, honestly.
Hey yo, I'm gonna keep it 100. You captains, like I said, did a great job. I already covered how y'all did your picks. It's the eye test, whatever, comfortability, however you made your picks. Troy was in the second round. I don't know how the fuck Troy was in the second round, bro. The fact that Jay Rich got Troy in the second round makes no damn sense to me.
I was gassed.
That was the steal of the fucking draft. Troy in the second round, Troy.
And then when given the choice,
and then he grabbed fucking Pat, bro. He has 4 champions. That's like, bro, Jay Rich, like, can he draft my fantasy team next year?
All business draft.
He's great at drafting, bro. He's great, and I didn't even notice it till you said it. Like, and I know he methodically knew what he was doing the whole time, but I didn't. And then you said, "Yo, Jay Rich, you got a whole team of champions." I said, "What the fuck he does?" I was like, "Holy shit!" Like that's crazy. Like Jay Rich, bro. And I'm on Team Zill, and I love Team Zill, but Jay Rich, in my eyes, had the best draft.
There's a total of 1 UDL champion on each team, and then on Team Jay Rich there's 4. Come on,
this is ridiculous,
that's
bro.
crazy.
So
Come on
I feel
now.
like he had a great draft.
We
gotta shout out Jay Rich for that draft, bro.
My guy Jay Rich drafting winners, but yeah, me falling a third round helps Jay Rich fall into him as partners.
Yeah.
Langer said, all right, I'm not going to. Second round. Yep. He said, obviously, I'm not going to give you your first round pick, which is D-Hall. So it was between me and Pat, and he blessed me up with Jay Rich. I hope we show him that was a mistake. And that leaves D-Hall and Pat to partner up, which is another strong team. And it honestly works out because me and D-Hall are 2 left side guys, and we're kind of stubbornly left side guys. I know he hates playing right, and I probably would have ended up playing right in this partnership, which wouldn't have been great for us.
Nah, y'all could play either side.
We can, but we're both stubbornly left.
Stop the cat.
And Jay Rich and Pat are both right side guys. So splitting us up, giving us a left and a right, giving us a FIFA guy with a non-FIFA guy. Like me and D-Hall are neither really FIFA guys. Like I feel like he could have hurt us. I don't think me and D-Hall would have won the tourney.
He's not a FIFA guy, but he gets the FIFAs up there.
He doesn't need to partner with Kearney.
Kearney gives him.
Kearney
goes crazy with FIFAs.
But yeah, that's
for real. But like you said, Troy, compliments, man. You guys play the opposite sides. Y'all complimenting each other, and that's gonna work in an all-star setting.
Yeah. Let's All-Star weekend, July 9th. It'll start with the Rising Stars tourney. We'll go into the skills challenge. It'll be about 4 events, maybe 5 events, and then we will go into the All-Star main event tourney, and then we'll party it into the night after that.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Sounds like a great time.
Join us July 9th, even if you're not playing.
We're going to celebrate in Boston Team Zill's victory. You heard? So,
4 guys will be happy.
I'm going to let you know. Team Rocco.
Team J Rich.
Team Rocco.
Poor Lang isn't here to say Team Lang.
He can't defend himself.
Fuck Lang.
Oh, yo, shout out Lang. Hard worker, blue collar.
Man's putting in that work.
Uncle 17,
shout
baby.
out Lang, man.
It's a brother.
Shout out Lang.
Lang, you're missed. We'll see you next week. I got stats from Tourney 5. As you saw, hopefully on Instagram today, the Tourney 5 recap video is posted.
Fire.
All sorts of crazy plays, all sorts of crazy stuff going on.
How about that song?
The song hit. That's a throwback.
Jay-Z killed that.
I haven't heard that in years.
That's a throwback song right there. That's the vibe we've been on lately. The throwback. Can't Hold Us, Numb, Encore, whatever. Some throwbacks. But yeah, Tourney 5. Your boy balled. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Your boy balled.
Commission went great.
Granted, I played the most games, and I'll tell you this before I even say my stats. They're pretty inflated because almost all my games. Hold up, Spreader. Hold up. Almost all my games went to overtime. Almost all my games went to overtime. So I'll say that right now. My stats are a little bit inflated. I did lead the tourney with 23 points.
Crazy.
23 tossing points.
23.
Crazy.
Second on the tourney was Kearney. He had 17 points.
Okay, Karen.
And
Karen.
only in 5 games, too. I played 7 for 23. He played only 5. He got 17 points, which is impressive. Wow. Right behind him, his partner, D-Hall. They had a strong tourney.
Yeah, they had
they played very well.
Took me down.
My partner and you, actually. So Denal and Cam right there at 13 points each. That's the 4 spot for the tourney.
You got to take a 4 spot for the tourney. I'll take that.
Shout out Denal, shout out Kearney, shout out D Hall, and you see the boys right next to each other.
And that's only in 4 games.
Yeah,
13 points in 4 games. You know that's above 3 points right there.
I know it's above 3 points.
When we get to the points per game,
go to the points per game. You don't even gotta say it.
Let me do the calculation real quick. Honestly, stall for me.
I can tell you right now, you said 17 for 5 and then 14 for 3. I mean, I'm going to give it to Cam. Cam's probably going to be leading points per game for sure.
Thanks. I was looking at my stats the other day when you guys talked about doing the backslash in your name.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm okay with my points per game right now.
What is it?
Like 2.1.
What is it?
2.12.
That's solid, bro.
Like
That's hella solid.
Good, bro. That's good. That is, like, when you have 2 point anything, that's good.
Yep.
Trying to get that high, though. Good. Trying to show the scoring off sometimes.
I was about to say, once you get towards the 2.5, you're starting to get an elite water. And if you're near the fucking 3s, I don't even want to see your ass on the table, bro. I don't, because that's fucking ridiculous. You must win a lot of fucking games.
Speaking of 3s,
that many points, bro.
Speaking of 3s, this tourney had 3s all over the place. It was a scoring tournament. I think a lot of people weren't missing. The fiefs were down. We usually have a ton of fiefs. The fiefs were low. A lot of scoring in this tournament. A lot of overtime games, too.
Facts.
3.4 points per game out of Kearney. Owen Kearney. 17 points, 5 games, 3.4 points per game.
That's crazy.
Damn, my math is off, huh?
Damn.
Cam second?
He's third because you can't forget about Shea boy, who had 23 points in 7 games. That is 3.29.
Oh, yeah.
3.29 points per game.
Points.
Right there behind him is Cam, 3.25 points per game.
I'm right there.
Like that's nasty.
Those 3s, man, that means you were fucking shitting on people.
And again, this team, Derek Hall, 3.2. So combined, they had a combined 6.6 points per game.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
So the teams they were playing weren't making any mistakes.
They weren't.
Oh no.
That's what that stat tells. They had tough games.
They didn't score on fiefs. They only had on the day they had
like
2 FIFAs. 2 FIFAs on the entire day.
And they,
you know what I'm saying, Troy? Those games went OT.
A lot of their games went overtime. Yep. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They had to, bro. Even in their losses, they probably still scored that 3.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it went OT.
Yeah. Roach and Dan LeBlanc finish out the 3-point per game guys. Roach had Dan LeBlanc, you heard it. 3 points.
LeBlanc, boy.
He had 6 points in his 2 games that he played. 2 tough games. Poor Reno and LeBlanc get the toughest draw every single tourney. I don't think they've ever not faced a UDL champion ever. Whether it's D Hall and Kearney, whether it's Lange and J Rich, Nick and Colin, myself and Jake, they get a UDL champ first round every time. And they give them good games. They were actually up 6-4 on D Hall and Kearney. They were up 4-1 on J Rich and Brandon.
Yes. They brought J Rich OT.
Yeah, so they're right there. That team is right there.
Right on the cusp.
They've said it. I've said it. I think they're going to be the next Torres and Kevin, the team that didn't have a huge history of winning and then pulled off, and then eventually became perennial winners and consistent UDL threats.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, if you just said it. I mean, we'll see down the road that could be a snipe.
Dan LeBlanc, 3 points per game.
Let's go to FIFAs and shit.
Yeah, FIFA's kicked. I said it was this is a crazy stat. They only played in 2 games. and Justin Torres, our FIFA King of the season, still had 6 FIFAs.
That's crazy.
3
This dude's foot
FIFAs
is on
per game.
fire.
I tossed him 3 myself in our first game. So there was 3 of them. And then Denal
What the
tossed him a 4th,
fuck?
and they had 2 in their second game. So 3 or
That's
6
crazy.
FIFAs, 3 per game.
Bro, what?
He's got the record now, doesn't
He
he?
easily
Alright.
has the record for most FIFAs in a season. Congrats to Justin Torres.
Congrats to
King.
JT. That is crazy, bro. 3 FIFAs again. 6 FIFAs in
6
2
in
games.
2 games.
That's crazy.
6
Next level.
FIFAs
FIFA
in
King.
2 games.
FIFA King.
What the fuck? Bro, some people... We had motherfuckers last year. What was the highest FIFAs in a game last year? Did we track that?
In a game, it was probably around 3.
No, my fault. Not a game. In a tourney.
In a tourney, it was around 7. Yeah, like right around
7.
there.
We got fucking 6 in,
In
2
2 games, yeah.
Bro. What?
Crazy.
That's retarded, bro.
Insane.
All right, yo. That goes to show that FIFA is a big part of die, and if you can get that shit down like JT, you can damn near get 3 points out of that shit a game. Woo.
Not to mention,
That's
he's a
lethal,
top
bro.
biz scorer. So not only is he giving you FIFAs, he's
scoring.
giving you points.
Facts, bro.
He's giving you
Facts,
tosses
yo.
that are points, not just FIFAs.
I mean,
If that team,
JT and Kevin are so fucking close to win a championship. It's insane. And you know, like you said, they're the 2 seed in the playoffs for a reason. That's because they are the closest team, like the most consistent team other than Langa and J Rich when it comes to just coming to a tourney and doing what they do. Like you said, 3 FIFAs in a game. Like we know what JT does. Kevin's gonna throw from the other fence and knock that shit. Like their team is dangerous. You know, they're on every side of the fucking die table. They're nasty on defense. They're nasty with FIFAs, and they score. So it's inevitable that they're gonna get a check.
what I know they want to see and I want to see out of them is to cut down on the self points, the FIFA tosses, the seam sides, because that's really the only thing that's holding them back, I think, from that ring.
It's
And they
the
might have
same
had
sides.
they might have had 2 by now if they didn't throw so many. If they can get their throws more pinpointed and more on, like, because Langa and J Rich, that's a team that barely misses table.
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice a tourney they'll let up a self point.
Yeah.
That's how you win tourneys. So Torres and Kevin may be one of our best FIFA teams. They may be one of our best defensive teams. And when their shots are on, they're one of the hardest teams to defend offensively.
absolutely.
But they hurt themselves with the self points. So if they can kill that, like, that's going to be the hardest team to beat in the league because
absolutely.
they already have every other facet of the game at lock.
They let people stay in the game when they give
They
those
do,
up. And that's I think that's the downfall. But then again, I mean, they're both top 5 scorers, top biz scorers. And
Total points for sure.
Total points. And I mean, they've had a tough couple tourneys, but they're both all-stars. I'm playing with Kevin. I'm amped for that.
Yeah. That's an
That's
electricity team right there.
Electric team right there. But
I love that.
I think after this all-star tourney, they're going to turn it right back around.
I do too.
I think they might finish top 2 this regular season tourney next because they're coming in with some fire after.
I agree.
I mean,
I'm telling you
hoping
right
it's against
now,
me and I'm the 1 seed.
Yeah.
JT said MIP this year, MVP next year.
That's not
And
that far off.
I very much think that if they put together one final run, he's absolutely
In the discussion.
in the conversation.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
he's absolutely in the conversation.
100%.
And there's a lot of great players in our league that are still balling. So that's big praise coming from me because I know my shit. You know, I know everything about UDL, and I'm telling you, whoever doesn't pay attention to this UDL stuff, or if you're a first time listener, or if you just stumbled across the fucking page, JT and Kevin, you might want to go buy a JT and Kevin jersey, from the damn UDL website, because when they win a tourney, bro, that shit gonna be worth some money because those boys been grinding. They came from the gutter. To me, it's a Cinderella story, and I can't wait till it ends in a good ending. I want them to win. You know.
Let me finish off these highlights. I'll go quicker with the the stats. FIFA's kicked. We had 6 for Torres in first. Brandon and myself right there with 4 FIFs each at second.
Fire.
I had to step up a FIF game because I didn't have my guy Jake with his FIF.
Mesh went crazy.
Fennell and Rocco had 3 each along with Jay.
Hey, my boy.
So Jay had 3. Yeah, some good FIFs all around, but not a lot. Like,
Yeah, it's
a pretty low amount of
It's
FIFs.
a low number.
Only 1 plunk. I was the only plunk of the
know.
day too.
Crazy
That's
plunk,
2
too.
tourneys in a row that we've only had 1 plunk. Jay Rich tourney 4, me tourney 5. So 2 tourneys, 2 plunks coming from tourney
Game
1 when we had
winner.
6.
I know.
Game winner.
Game winning
Walk-off
plunk, too.
plunk.
I called that shit in the air, too. I said plunk
was
for the
a-
win.
It was a lot of.
Hey, it was
You know what I mean?
it was a big one. It was a big
Can
one.
y'all hear my fingers? There's a
Dive-
lot of shit, but hey, when a splash happened like that, can't nothing be said no more, man. Can't nothing be said no more.
Diving plays, Denal, 14.
That's crazy.
14,
14?
yep. 14.
He was going crazy.
And I didn't even
14?
count. And I'm telling you, I didn't even count some of the ones that he just leaps off his feet and flails to the ground and pretty much dives. But I'm like, I won't count that one because otherwise he might have been at 30. I tried to keep it.
Crazy.
Like if you think 14, they're like, all right, he's counting it every time he
Yeah.
touches the ground. No,
Yeah,
I counted
yeah.
only the ones where he's
Yeah,
has to dive. Like I
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
calculate. If you,
Like the full extension.
like I dive.
30.
Like, yeah. 14, and then Cam, me and you at 7. 7 dives per game. That's how we do it right there. Yes, sir.
Yo, Cam and Troy, y'all all over that shit, man.
Yeah, we were. It was a good tourney
Yeah, it was. It was real good.
for
time.
myself, for you,
I know.
for definitely Mazzillion Rock.
I know.
Um,
It's huge.
that'll
But
lead
then
me.
all,
We're at the All-Star break, so let me talk about where we're at stats-wise right here at the All-Star break. 5 tourneys in, and Langa missing that tourney. He was 1 for a while. It pushed him down to 2 because J. Rich took that first spot in points on the season with 80.
ha, gotcha, bitch.
Langa's still right there with 77 points.
80 points.
80 points for J. Rich, 77 for Langa. Here's a non-finalist right here, 68, Sean Roach.
This man's going.
Sean Roach, 68 points. And he hasn't even gone as far as he can go.
68.
68 total points.
Bro, how, bro?
It's a
He's a
lot
scorer.
of points.
What the
Kid's a
fuck?
score.
What the fuck?
After me getting 23 points, it crept me into up to 62 points on the year. I went
Bro,
from 39.
23, that shit's crazy. 20, that's fucking.
And I'll tell you, I'll spoil this right now. I went from 39 points in I forget how many games.
Four.
15 games, I think. Yeah. In 15
games.
games, it was good for like 2.6 points a game, which would have had me right now at like the 4 spot or the 5 spot points per game.
Yeah.
Then I put in that 3.23 outing, and that bumped me up to 2.82, which right now leaves me at the 1 spot points per game.
God damn.
I had to double check because I'm like, that can't be right. Number 1, 2.82. Number 1 in the league in scoring. Put some respect.
Garrett, I'm sorry, Garrett. Go the fuck home.
Garrett-
Kick your ass
Garrett's
out of that spot, my
3.5.
boy.
Garrett's 3.5 that did stand before because he had 2 appearances and 4
Tell him.
tourneys. He's no
Tell him
longer
that.
a qualified
Yeah.
player. You got to play in half to obviously be an
Gotta
all-star
show up,
qualifier
man.
or be on the points per game leaderboards. So the Garrett's 3.5 is out of here. And I'll take
Let
that
me
spot,
tell you something.
2.82.
It's a nice
Troy's
spot
not
to
gonna
have.
hype himself, so I'm gonna take this time to hype up the commissioner. This boy put up 23 points in 7 games. You can go look at Schmurder's. What's my total for the season, boy? Tell him. Tell him my total for the fucking season.
27.
We get a little fucking 27. He got 23 in 1 fucking day. All right, everyone back home that hears is 23 and they're like, what does that actually mean? Because Langa has 77 and we're talking about elite ass players. Like Langa goes to the finals every fucking time he steps in the backyard. That's why he got 77. Jay Rich also damn near goes to the finals every time he's in the backyard. When you got a player like Troy, who is in that fucking list of players, that means Troy is also on the edge of winning a UDL tourney. And all these players that are in that, you know, that are on these lists, like we said, to score points, you have to win games. And you know what I mean? All the people that are averaging these high amount of points are winning games. So kudos to Troy, man. I feel like you got a ring coming your way this season too, boy. You keep playing like that.
Trying, brother. Appreciate you.
Facts, bro. And we're not even counting the dives that he fucking catches that shouldn't be caught. This dude will catch a dive. When I played him in my game, he was like Superman.
He made a catch
Like
off the
fucking-
table. And
That shit
you
hurt,
You
bro.
could hear it in the background. Troy sent it to me. I'm like sitting there, whatever. Troy goes, "You said Mr. Miyagi," because he like karate chopped the table and caught
Punch
the
the
die.
table.
And I was like, "Mr. Miyagi," and I didn't even remember
that shit left a scab for a couple weeks.
Bro, I would have dropped the die as soon as my fingers felt some pain. I would have been like, fuck. This motherfucker's just like, I'm like, yo, this dude's...
I slowed down the clip. The whole table shook.
Bro.
Hey,
The whole table shook
no
just
cups
from a
fell.
knuckle.
That's all that matters. No cups fell. The die was caught.
2.82. That's good for first right now, which is surprising because we've had years where we've had the league leader be up above 3. Like last year, Alec had 3.29, I think, at 1.
That's crazy.
So FIFAs are up. I don't really know what the reason would be behind. Maybe, you know what I think it is? I think that everyone is just that much better at FIFAing that you literally can't miss the table.
Yeah.
I don't think that people's tosses are getting worse. I think they were always the same or even worse than they are now.
Yeah.
But people just weren't capitalizing on the FIFAs the way they are now.
I feel like people are getting more like ones that are like an inch or two off the table.
Right.
Now, too.
Ones that people, maybe before I wouldn't have even
You
attempted.
back off from
Right.
You're like, nah, I ain't trying that. Because you don't want to run the risk of hitting the table.
Yeah. Because
the game's evolving, man, and I feel like you said, Troy, it comes down to the fact that a lot of people are also getting better at die. They're getting, better on defense. You got people like, Michael Beretti, who dead ass looks like a all defensive player.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm
he used to
saying?
be kind of known as just a scorer, and look at now he's out here showing his defensive skills. Yeah,
locking up.
A lot of players who are improving, and that's also making the league more competitive. And that's the reason why you probably see a dip in people's stats, like you're saying, is people are now FIFAing die that they probably didn't FIFA before. People are now catching die that they might have let hit the ground before.
Yeah.
So it's harder to score points in our league now because everyone's getting better. Everyone understands the rules more, and they're getting more comfortable within the backyard with the cameras on and all that. So it's just getting harder to score and win games.
2.79 is second, and this is a name that might surprise you. How about Mark Carmi, Denal's partner? Rookie Mark out of Newton, 39 points in 14 games.
He's fucking nasty.
So 2.79 points from Mark to go along with 10 FIFAs kicked. Third is your MVP, Riley Lang. No matter how many games he plays in,
man, it's crazy.
He's gonna have a high points per game. He's a bucket. He's gonna score. That's like become just a way of life in UDL. Lang is gonna get his buckets. Yeah. Lang is gonna have a high points per game. He's gonna be top 10. He's gonna be top 5, and that's just you gotta accept it at this point. You gotta keep up with it.
You're playing against him. You gotta keep up with it.
Exactly. You gotta score a lot when you're facing him because you know he's gonna come out firing and probably score on the first toss, and then you're like, shit, we're down 1-0.
Oh, absolutely.
Langa's fucking nasty with those FIFAs too.
Laying a 2.75 at the 3 spot. Brian Shea, number 4, 2.67 points per game.
Hey,
Shea, an all-star snub. I feel like from this season, that's a guy that I feel like could have been an all-star for sure. He went to the all-star finals, obviously, last year with Langa. 2.67 out of Shea. And then our other rookie sensation, 2.62 points out of Sean Roach. Roachy.
That man's going crazy.
Sean Roach, 2.62.
Roach is fucking nasty, bro.
You'd think, he's up there at third in the league in scoring. Like, he probably played a shit ton of games to get there. He's probably not high up on points per game, but no, he's right there. 2.62 a game. And then it's quite a dip. The next spot is Brandon, actually, at number 6 with 2.47.
Fire.
So it dips a little bit, 2.62, 2.47. There's a lot of guys right in that area. And you're going to be right in there at the top 10 spot, Cam. You're at 2.35, top 10 score.
Oh, I'm up from my OG, my last one I looked at.
2.35, creeping up there.
Come on, boy.
Yes, sir.
Huge.
Who said I ain't top 10, man?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let me fly through the FIFA's kicked.
Shout out Cam Green, motherfucker. Yeah.
Let me fly through.
Great.
Cam is great. Fuck Cam is good. I don't like that one.
Fuck good. Cam is great.
I know Torres is going to want to hear this stat. FIFA's kicked 30.
Damn.
30 FIFA's kicked out of Justin Torres. Insane.
Man's like Neymar.
Insane. 30.
This boy is making that shit look easy.
Second is Riley Lang, 25. Third is Steve Fennell with 24. Fennell. That team, Roach and Fennell, man, they're due for a ring soon. That's another team. Joe, 18. and Kearney and Rocco tied with 17.
Damn, everybody's up there.
Yep. Umby right there.
Bro.
I'll keep going. Umby 14. Jay Davern 12.
Hey, my boy
Brandon 11. Mark Carmy 10. J-Lar 9. I'll stop there. That's a lot of
Jay.
Fiefs.
A lot of Fiefs.
That's a lot of FIFAs, man. Our league never had that many FIFAs, so thank you for all you guys who are bringing that aspect to the fucking league, bro. Because that shit is amazing.
How about diving plays? First in the league, Cam Green.
Yes, sir.
27 diving
Put it-
plays.
Hey,
All hands team. All hands.
He's tied
playing.
with Derek Hall with 27, the king of dives himself. So that's some good company to be in
Yeah, it
right
is.
there.
Bees knees himself. Bees knees.
Right after that, this one's going to shock you. How about Denal Keen in only 3 tourneys?
How is that
26.
gonna shock me, bro?
Oh
You just
26
told me
Fiefs.
He had 13, bro, in
Yeah.
one day.
But he doubled it in the other 2 tourneys as well. Like he been doing that is what I'm saying.
That's
He
what
has
I'm saying, bro.
26
This
now
dude's
on the
a dog,
season.
bro.
Damn.
Let me tell you something.
26.
They skunked
In
me.
3 tourneys.
That's crazy.
They skunked me. First game that I played Denal and fucking Mark, and this is with my teammate Mahoney. And we're like, yo, I told Mahoney, I'm like, bro, we got the new guys. Not to throw shade on any new guys, but I'm like, bro, I never even seen these dudes play. Let's get this money, fam.
Skunk.
Dick tits, motherfucker. I got all uncountable guys, and they didn't drop shit. Like, you
Yeah.
think, oh, that's a point. I'm turning around, dapping Mahoney up. You caught that? I'm like,
Denal's been balling this year, and he capped off what we all already saw as an impressive young career with a finals appearance with the commish.
Yeah.
I already knew he was legit, and I don't think he even needed that finals appearance to solidify himself as that, but it obviously helped. And look at him now, like he was borderline all-star. I think he was like the 19th highest vote getter.
Wow.
Like
Mark's legit too, man.
Mark is hella legit,
bro.
as we already mentioned with his points per game. Mark
legit, bro.
with his fiefs and his scoring.
He's so
That's a
lengthy,
team.
bro. He covers the whole table effortlessly.
Yeah, he does.
Noah Mazzilli is the 4th most diving player with 22. And
22.
Owen
So-
Kearney with 20 at 5.
20.
Damn.
The boot
So
himself.
D-Hall
And
and
Owen
Kearney
Kearney.
got
D-Hall and Kearney have a combined 47 diving plays as a team.
that's
I wonder why they're
That-
all over the highlights. Y'all
Exactly.
motherfuckers get dirty. Deserve that shit.
That's nuts.
Let's get into I think that's enough stats for now. I'll update the website soon. You guys can visit www.ultimatedialeague.com and check out the full stat breakdown. Give me a few days. I'll have that info up there. But I'm curious to hear Cam's hot takes, my new favorite segment. I'm going to ask Cam a series of 10 questions, and I'm looking for a quick answer. Some of them are going to have an option, this or that, and some will not. They'll just be an open-ended question.
Cam, again, you have to understand that you are on a clock.
Yes, sir. I
So
got
for
you. I
everyone
got
back
you.
home, I have my stopwatch already. Cam has 3 seconds. A total of 30 seconds.
You got a minute total, because it'll take me a little to ask some of these questions.
No,
Spurs
but
like, you gotta answer.
I'm
before
not
he finishes.
counting the
All right,
whole entire
all right.
time. When your question is done, when you stop talking, Troy, he has 3 seconds.
All right, I like that.
Question.
I like that.
This is called hot take for a reason, because Cam's in the hot seat.
That's
So
right.
Cam, be ready, man. We
Let's run
need
it.
quick answers. We don't want you to even think about it. Just first thing that comes to your mind, blah 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 blah. Spit it out.
First
Let's do
question. How many different champs will we have in the last 3 tournaments?
2.
Which team is more likely to go farther in the playoffs, D-Hall and Kearney or Fennell and Roach?
D-Hall and Kearney.
Who's the biggest all-star snub?
Damn. Brandon.
Who's the toughest opponent in the league to face?
Langer.
Who's more likely to win most improved player of the year, Kevin Donnellan or Johnny Haas?
Kevin.
Who's the most slept-on player in the league?
Beretti.
Which rookie would you rather have as a partner, Joe or Denal?
Joe.
Which of your partners this season is having the better year, Jay or Brandon?
Brandon.
Which team would you rather see come back full-time, Nick and Colin or Scott and Drew?
Nick and Colin.
By the end of your second UDL season, how many UDL championships will you have?
Biz. Put it on the map.
Hey, okay. I like that. That's a good answer.
Yeah,
I like that.
that shit.
Biz. That would put you in a
Fire.
In a
Prestigious,
that puts you in a
prestigious.
prestigious conversation.
Hey, you gotta shoot for the stars.
No,
you know?
absolutely. That's a perfect
That's
answer.
why you got the stars on your jersey,
sir,
man. You
yes,
are
sir.
a star, man. You are
That's a
star.
good answer.
And you're a UDL all-star. So
Facts.
you a
Hey,
star, all
I
right?
said this to Roach the other day. Only rookie taken in the first round of the All-Star draft.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Hey, low-key, I love you, Cam. I didn't, when Rocco said Cam Green, I said, yo, let's go, Cam. So
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, yo,
I was watching. I was watching.
I was gassed.
Were you surprised?
I was surprised. I didn't think I was.
Fire.
I didn't think I was going first round. I thought I was
You
going probably
deserve it.
second or
You
third.
deserve it, though. You deserve it because Rocco knows that
You probably wouldn't have been there
Well,
second
I
round, so
don't
he
think
didn't
so.
want to risk it.
Yeah, I don't think he
Rocco
wanted to risk it.
wanted you to be his partner. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh.
that's the high praise that you get. We all know Rocco wanted to play with Cam in the All-Star tourney. That's what he wanted. And,
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
That's
what a
essentially-
first-round pick. If someone like Rocco wants to run a tourney with you, bro, yeah, absolutely a first-round pick.
That's essentially what the first round picks told us is who each
Yeah.
captain wants to play
Who
with
each
because we
captain
didn't
wanted to
tell
run
you
with.
we didn't tell them how we're going to be deciding partners within the teams. So obviously they're just like, all right, let me draft the guy that I want to play with the
Yeah.
most.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that told the script.
why,
So
you know,
Rocco
that's
wanted to play
why-
with you, which is high praise because
Oh, facts.
that's a champion, 2-time, our only playoff champion we've ever had.
Shout out my man Rock.
That's why Zill,
Team
that's
Rocco.
why Zill
Facts,
grabbed
Team
JT.
Rocco.
They went to a finals. You know, Jay Rich grabbed D-Hall. They won the All-Star tourney. And Rocco's like, yo, I'm grabbing Cam because I'm going to win this shit with him. So, you
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? That goes to show, like, if you went in that first round, the captain believed in you personally.
Mm-hmm. Cam, let me
saying?
finish.
So-
Let me finish the show up with your award predictions.
All right.
You can't say yourself for Rookie of the Year, so I'm gonna hear
We
who
ain't
you
doing,
vouch
we ain't doing
for.
Beat the Lane? No Beat the Lane? today?
No beat the Lang today. We'll give Lang the day
Damn,
off.
Bro, I was ready to shit on Cam.
We'll give Lang the day off.
Yo, I haven't lost yet. Like, yeah, Beat the Lane's cool, but Beat Schmurda, I have not lost.
We'll
bro.
get back to beat the Lang next week. Don't worry, we'll be back.
Y'all lucky, bro. Y'all lucky because Cam, I was gonna shit on you.
Smurd, you don't know. You don't know what I got up there.
You right. You right. I don't.
All right, Rookie of the Year.
You got a hat on, so you could be capping.
Let's do Shredder.
So my Rookie of the Year.
If it's not yourself,
Well, obviously,
Yourself.
every tourney, I think I'm the best player on
as you
on the
should,
field.
as you should.
You got to. But
Yep.
I think after Pat and Joe's strong run, winning a championship, that put him in the conversation. But I still got to go with Roach.
Yeah,
Roach.
I like Roach.
Roach
That's
has
a
been
good
going
pick.
crazy this whole season. His points, his defense, the
His
FIFA
stats
catches
don't
he
lie.
makes- Yeah, his stats don't lie. The stats don't lie. He's a top 10 player, and he's
Isn't
I
it-
think the race in my head right now. It's me versus him. I think it's a 1-on-1 race, and the last leg is right after All-Star tourney.
I also think too, Cam, it's an individual award, right? So even though Pat and Joe are a very great team,
Yeah,
I also feel like if Cam and Roach individually are just as good, if not doing better than a lot of people individually in the league. So
yeah,
it's not even just are they rookies of the year? No, they're balling. Like
yeah.
put them against anybody. You know what I'm saying? So
Roach is
facts.
playing elite. Roach is
Elite.
playing elite. I'd put him in an
And
elite
Joe-
conversation this
Yeah.
season.
Shout out Joe and Pat
And
too,
so are
'cause
Joe
they-
and Pat. Yep.
Joe and Pat won a tourney, and I did not see that coming that day. I knew they were gonna win a tourney. I just didn't know it was gonna come that soon. And that, like, kudos to them, man.
Yeah, definitely. What about where do you want to go next?
I'll go MIP.
Okay.
So rookie, don't know too much about veterans.
Not too
but-
much UDL
not
history
too much,
knowledge.
but from what I've been hearing, it's got to be between. I think it's Kev.
Kev D.
Yeah, Kev D.
Yep.
I think it's got to be Kev. From what I've heard from last season to this season, his game's completely done a 180 and it's been lighting it up. So
Yeah, he's definitely in the conversation for
Yeah.
sure.
That's a fact,
It's a
bro.
good pick.
He's balling this year. And,
He's different this year.
yeah, like
He's different.
He's going crazy.
Yeah, he really is.
He's
He
improving.
switched a gear, different gear this year.
Flip the switch.
The most improved award.
light's
and
on
he,
now.
he improved.
Who do you like for Offensive Player of the Year? That's probably the toughest one.
Yeah. So hearing the new scoring leaders, but in my head, I was going Langer. I was
Mhm.
thinking about it today. I was like, I'm definitely giving predictions. Let me get these down now. I was definitely going Langer, but J. Rich, known scorer, and he does it without Langer. Langer misses a
Right.
tourney, and J. Rich takes first
Final
place.
three.
Final three with one of my former partners. And
Right.
he lights it up. He's got 80 now. You don't see many people getting 80 points.
80 points in a season.
Facts.
We're only halfway through.
Just
over
5,
half.
5 out of 8.
Yeah,
so
just over
a little
half.
over halfway. Yep. That's
great.
it. So offensive player of the year, Jay Rich.
Jay Rich.
I like that. That's different.
Fire, bro.
That's
I think
different.
that's the first time.
That is the first time I've heard Jay Rich.
Everybody says DPOY for
Yep.
Jay Rich, but his offense is there too.
So who's defensive
Jay
then?
Rich is nasty.
Defense is tough.
There's a lot of guys
There's
it could be.
a lot of guys. I think my DPOY. I'm gonna go D Hall. It might not be a big pick, but
no, that's a good pick.
I like D Hall's getting around people, making those plays. I think it's between the two partners, D Hall and Kearney.
Really?
D Hall's absolutely.
He gets to every
two defensive studs. Yeah, big time.
Always in the conversation, D Hall, bro.
But
yeah,
right now I'd go D Hall.
I like that.
But I do think two finalists are going to be D Hall and Kearney. I think they're both up there.
I don't think D Hall's even as hated around the league as he was maybe last year. Like D Hall's he's kind of matured a little bit. It's a different D Hall. It's not as in your face shit talk. Like maybe a couple marks here and there on the table, but it's all love with D Hall this year. He's definitely flipped a switch. So I feel like, and it's shown on the table. I know he hasn't put together a championship win yet, but like he looks better on the table this season than he did last. He threw so many self-point. He was just in his head last year. I feel like he was more worried about talking to people on the sidelines than he was making his talk. He's locked in this year.
No, I don't even think it's just sidelines, bro. He's playing with Rocco, and they were battling with egos, bro. And when you throw egos out the window, you lose that monkey on your back.
Yeah.
He had stress during those games because he's like, yo.
He wanted rookie of the year so bad.
Exactly, bro. Yeah. So he's trying to prove too much. Now he doesn't have to prove anything. He's just having fun.
Right.
And when you have fun playing die, you're going to play your best die. And D-Hall and Kearney are having fun. So
I think they're a good match. I think Kearney gives him like a
positive energy.
Yeah, wicked positive energy on the other side of the table.
Yep.
I think that's really what it is.
Good
I think
pick.
those two together.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think it is. I think it's the fact that he has a partner. Not to say Rocco's a bad partner. They would just bumping heads, you know what I mean? And now he's not bumping heads with somebody, so he's playing fun, having fun. But I like those picks. You got Roach for Rookie of the Year, who definitely is going to be on the ballot. Yeah. You got Most Improved, Kevin Donnellan, absolutely going to be on the ballot. Offensive Player of the Year, Jay Rich. Jay Rich can be on every ballot except for Rookie and Most Improved. He can be on every fucking ballot. And the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year. If we had a fucking smartest remarks of the year, it'd be Jay Rich as well, because every time he says something, I don't know if he's being serious or not.
You can never tell with
Jay. He's so sarcastic.
Like ever. And then you got D Hall, Defensive Player of the Year. Dude second in the league in dives.
Which leaves MVP. Who do you got for the big one?
So I gotta go with my boy Rock. My boy, I think
Rocco
injury comes back, wins a tourney.
Let's go.
Captain of an all-star team. We're taking this all-star tourney.
And then let's see what he does with the rest of the year.
And then you got 3 tourneys left. And him and Zill, I think are just a snowball effect from here on
they're
out.
just getting going right now. I like that pick a lot.
I love that pick because when Rocco won his first tourney with D-Hall, it lit a fire under him.
Yeah.
And watch, we gonna start seeing Rocco leading the tourneys and the FIFAs soon. Very soon. Very soon.
No, good picks. Obviously, UDL Award Show, October 8th, Saturday in Taunton. Tickets will be going on sale in a few weeks. Keep an eye out on those. That's going to be the night of the year. Your nicest tie, pull up, get ready to drink, get ready to celebrate, get ready to dance, and hopefully you'll be going up there and making a speech and grabbing a plaque.
I'm hoping.
Also, guys, be like Troy said, be spiffy, man, because we take a lot of pictures. We have backdrops. These are pictures that are gonna last a lifetime. And I actually see my boys posting these pictures still on their gram, still on their story, still. And it's because it's a great picture of you dressed up nice with your boys, and you're at an event. So this is something you guys don't want to miss. These are memories we're making, and you can't purchase memories, and you don't lose memories.
That's right.
Memories are things that you want to make. And if you're a part of this league, or if you are a fan of this league, you should absolutely keep your eyes out for the tickets when they go on sale, because like we said, and like we keep saying, we definitely intend to sell out. So if you guys, want to attend this event, just make sure you're on top of things. And it's probably going to go on sale very soon. Once we get this All-Star stuff out of the way, we're going to have a lot more time to allocate towards this award show and promoting it. So you guys just got to stay on top of the Instagram post and just keep viewing our story and just stay up to date. And this is something that I love. When I was at the award show, I don't think I've had that much fun in a long time. So thank you for everyone that showed up last year, and I hope you guys all come back this year too.
Shout out to Hedge Better for hosting our wonderful podcast. Kings of Combat is coming July. Justin, before I mess anything up, you want to give a quick Kings of Combat rundown? You got anything off the top of your head? Our viewers want to hear about that KOC. You got some big names on there. I saw the Big Neck dude you guys signed.
Yeah, we got some good fights. We're excited. We got obviously Bobby, right? That's what everyone from around here is coming to see. He's fighting Wide Neck, right? The dude who blew up.
Yeah.
Mugshot. He's coming up from Florida.
That's huge.
We got a couple other big names in the card. Some guys from the Rough and Rowdy. A few other social media influencers. And then we got a few dudes from the area, right? We got some Braintree guys, we got some Quincy guys, some guys from New England. So pretty well rounded out. First half of the day, like I said, we got the exhibition, all those guys. Second half of the day, we got some kick-ass pro fights. We have a couple international belt fights, and we have an American Boxing Association title fight, which is one of the major belts going down.
Shit.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, so we got a big day of boxing going on over at the Kings of Combat. Get your tickets, kingsofcombat.co, not .com.co. Follow us at at Kings of Combat. Sorry, I should know that.
And
at
it's
Kings
July
16th. July 16th, Saturday.
Sweet. Yeah, Kings of Combat.
Honestly, guys, if you don't show up to this event and you live in this area, you're going to be missing out because these events don't happen in this area that often. And Hedge Better is bringing you guys a professional fight card. And if you guys, I know there's a lot of fight fans out there. People follow and bet on the UFC and boxing like it's, their life. Like their life depends on it. So you have Hedge Better, who is the cutting edge of all of this new stuff that's going to be hitting the line in years to come. And they're throwing a boxing event, professional boxing event. I'm going to be there. Everyone in UDL is going to be in attendance. So I would just, if you guys are a fan of UDL, and I know the fans of UDL probably already follow all these podcasts because we've been talking about them for so long, just buy a ticket and you're going to have an amazing time at this place because it's something that you don't see often in Massachusetts, and it's going to be right in your backyard. So if you live in the area, definitely give Kings of Combat on Instagram. Go check them out, man. And they have everything in their bio from tickets to the location and all that stuff with all of the fighters and everything. And I feel like this doesn't happen a lot, so don't miss out.
Cam, any final words?
I'm excited for this All-Star tourney, and I'm gonna let you know right now. Team Rock's taking this thing home.
Team Rock
taking that thing home.
Schmeider, wrap it up.
Wrap it up. All right. So basically, like you guys have been hearing the entire show, we have the All-Star tourney coming up. It's not this weekend. It's going to be the following Saturday. So please be aware for that. We also have, obviously, Kings of Combat coming up July 16th. And then, the UDL season, hopefully I can get myself in the playoffs. And the playoffs are going to be coming up very soon as well. So please go to the website. What is the website again, Troy?
UltimateDialeague.com.
.com, baby. Very simple. You can watch everything from tourney recaps to player signature videos to our top 30 list, and just go watch all that content. So when the playoffs come, you really understand what's going on. Because I feel like this playoff is going to be the most hyped playoff ever. Like, last season was the first time we had a playoff, so I don't think anyone was really ready for the point system. Everyone knows about these points, and shout out to Troy for watching all these games and logging all these stats, man, because this is incredible, and I feel like the league's just taken off, and we have a lot of things coming up, a lot.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you next week. We'll do one more podcast before the All-Star Tourney, so we'll see you next Tuesday. And, go check out the page. Go check out the recap if you haven't seen it yet. and we will see you next week. Thank you, Cam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.